and start off with number 10. Carmageddon Reincarnation is a game that's just as cool as its name. Now look, this isn't the highest rated game on Metacritic by any means. It's a little bit of a mess, and it's got a lot of controversy to it, but it can be fun, and it's totally different than the other games on this list. Carmageddon Reincarnation is a remake of the classic game, and you just gotta drive around and crash into other cars and civilians and kill everything. They've added a bunch of maps and a bunch of different deadly cars that you can upgrade to your heart's content. So if you like violence and you like driving, this might be up your alley. At number 9, we have Redout, which Red Bull Games calls the F-Zero of 2015, and I think that's completely right. Redout feels a lot like Wipeout. It's super fast, very Twitch-based, and highly futuristic, featuring a bunch of different levels across snow, ice, and futuristic landscapes. This Kickstarter-backed futuristic racing sim comes few and far between, so it's definitely worth trying just because it's so unique. And look how cool it looks! At number 8, we have Distance. Distance is a survival racing game that combines intense action of arcade racing with exploring a really cool futuristic world. Distance is another futuristic racing game, but the difference with this one is that you can do crazy stuff with your car besides just boosting and jumping, but you can also rotate your car, and there's a bunch of different ways of motion. As you screw up and get hit by laser saws in the game, your car gets sliced up and it gets smaller and smaller until you can't drive it anymore. And that's really where the survival aspect comes in. You have to race and you have to win, but you have to make sure your car makes it to the finish line. Oh, and the coolest part is that it kind of looks like Tron. At number 7, we have Thumper. Thumper is marketed as a rhythm violence game. That sounds a little crazy because it is. You don't actually pilot a car or a futuristic vehicle, you are a space beetle. The game takes gameplay conventions from other rhythm-based action games, but it adds a really hardcore racing speed and physicality to it all. Right now, the game seems really simple and it's going to be coming out at the end of 2015, but it looks really cool, really different, and we can't wait to check it out. At number 6, we have Next Car Game, Wreckfest. Next Car Game, Wreckfest is a new Demolition Derby-themed racing game that really focuses on realistic driving dynamics and vehicle damage. And the technology behind this game is really impressive. It really feels like you're driving a bunch of cars and crashing them around, and it looks like it. Parts fly everywhere, doors get dented, and cars wrap themselves around poles. And thankfully, the racing and realistic physics feel really good. You want to just feel like you're crashing cars around. Wreckfest is definitely your thing. At number 5, we have MotoGP 15. MotoGP finally returns with its version of the 18 circuits of the 2015 championship. MotoGP comes with a range of new enhancements, including an expanded career mode. The AI and physics have been completely overhauled and changed to improve interaction between the bike and the actual rider. And now the game has newer different time attack modes. Of course, the game is playable single player and online with friends, and it's definitely a must-have for motorcycle racing fans. At number 4, we have Formula 1 2015. F1 2015 returns with an all-new, revamped game engine, and it totally makes a difference. There's a new championship season and a more challenging pro season mode. The game features authentic, realistic, physics-based car handling and 20 different areas. The coolest part is that the game comes with a new broadcast presentation mode. This mode makes you feel like you're watching your race on TV. If you're hardcore into Formula 1 racing, this is pretty much the definitive Formula 1 game to get. At number 3, we have Project Cars. Project Cars is a beautiful and good-looking realistic driving sim that features a bunch of completely different racing environments and all real-time weather and day effects. There's also a ton of real tuning and pit stop functionality. As you can tell, this is a really detail-oriented racing sim, and it's so detail-oriented that it's even 12K Ultra HD resolution on PC. Not only can it render in 12K, but you can also play it with an Oculus Rift, so if you want to feel like you're really in a car, you could do it in Project Cars. Down to number 2, we have Forza Motorsport 6. We don't know too much about Forza Motorsport 6 other than that it features the new Ford GT in all its shiny glory. This new Forza game boasts 26 unique locations, and you can play online with up to 24 players in a race. The Drivatar system that works so well in Forza 5 is coming back. And one cool little thing is that you can actually play split screen. How many games are really split screen anymore? It's kind of nice of them to include that. But anyway, Forza Motorsport 6 definitely looks like it's going to be one of the best racing games for Xbox One. And at number 1, we have the new Need for Speed game. Now, at the time of making this list, we don't know too much about it other than that it might come out by the end of 2015. According to EA Games, they finally really listened to the fans this time around and are making a dramatically different Need for Speed game. Of course, this is after last year where they skipped a year in making an annual Need for Speed game, so they spent a lot of extra time on this one. Here's hoping it's awesome, because it looks really gorgeous. Even at the end of the day, we all just want Need for Speed Underground 3. Those were our 10 games, but we got some bonus games, including Space Dust Racers if you're into fun, wacky, childlike action, Tour de France 2015 if you're into cycling, and Dirt 4 because dirt games are awesome. So awesome. Racing fans, let us know what car games you're playing. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Liking and subscribing is really awesome, and as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.